Hello, good morning students. Today in this video we are going to study Standard 8 Subject Civics chapter number 1. So, name is Introduction to the Parliamentary System. Before starting this, students, can anyone tell me why we study civics? What is the reason behind it? Civics is the study of citizenship and the governance. We study this subject to understand how the government of our country works. We also understand that what is our right and duties, responsibilities as a citizens of India. Now let's begin with today's chapter, that is Introduction to the Parliamentary System. In this chapter we will learn the machinery or the system of government as given in the Indian Constitution. Now let me ask you a few questions. Have you ever thought that what is a parliamentary system of government? Our next question is, in India we have Prime Minister, but why is there no Prime Minister in the United States of America? Now you will be thinking, what is the difference between a parliamentary and a presidential system of government, right? All these questions would lead us to conclude that every country has a different form of government. Before we go ahead to understand different types of government systems, let us get information about the main branches of government. First is legislature, second executive, third is judiciary. Legislative contains parliament, executive contains president, vice president and prime minister. Judiciary contains Supreme Court, High Court and District Court. Now, the function of the legislature is to make laws. Legislature means body of assembly. And the executive implements the law and the judiciary provides justice. The functions of these organs, the jurisdiction and limitations on their power, and the interrelationship between these organs are decided by the Constitution. It is the nature of the interrelationship that determines the system of government adopted in a particular country. So, Constitution decides how these organs or the government will function. What is their jurisdiction? Now, do you know what is jurisdiction? It is the extent or the limitation of power to make legal decisions or judgment. Everything is decided by the Constitution. Now, there are types of government system. There are two types of government system, that is parliamentary system and presidential system. In a parliamentary system, the legislature, that is parliament, holds the supreme power. And in a presidential system, the president is directly voted by the people and is answerable to the voters rather than the legislature. Now we will study about them in detail. Let's begin with the parliamentary system. The parliamentary system of government developed primarily in England. The English Constitution is an unwritten constitution where governance is carried out in accordance with tradition, customs, and conventions. The British Parliament is an institution that has evolved over a period of time. Thus, it is said that the parliamentary system of government having the roots in Parliament is considered as a contribution of England. Although India has adopted this parliamentary system, we can see some broad similarities in the parliamentary system of England and the parliamentary system of India. But when looked at an institution level, the Indian parliamentary system is different in its content. Now, students, let us understand the characteristics of the Indian parliamentary system of government in India. The parliamentary system is a system of governance. The legislature of the central government is known as the parliament. The Indian parliament is composed of the president, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people. The number of members in the house is fixed. Elections to the Lok Sabha are held at regular intervals. All political parties contest their election. The party which gets more than half of the seats is considered as the majority party. The majority party forms the government. Sometimes, when no party gets a clear majority, some parties come together to form a majority and they can establish the government. This kind of a government is known as a coalition government. In this way, candidates directly elected by people become members of the legislature and the party in majority gets a chance to form the government. The leader of the majority party becomes the prime minister. He or she, whoever wins, they select candidates among his or her colleagues to form the council of ministers. The prime minister and the council of ministers chosen by the prime minister together forms the executive in the parliamentary system of government. In parliamentary system, the executive has a dual responsibility. Now, first responsibility is, as an executive, they have to implement laws. Second, as they are members of the legislature, they also have to fulfill responsibilities of the legislature. Then the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers is responsible for the legislature for all their actions and policies. It means that the Council of Ministers has to work with the legislature. And that is why the parliamentary system is known as the responsible system of government. Now, there is another different characteristics of parliamentary system of government is collective responsibility. In this, decision taken by any ministry or department is considered as decision of the government. The entire Council of Ministers is responsible for this decision. In the next two chapters, we will see with examples how the principle of collective responsibility is brought into practice. Executive is dependent upon the confidence of the legislature in them. It means that the Council of Ministers remain in power till it enjoys the support or confidence of the legislature. If the legislature feels that the executive does not work properly to its wish, it removes the executive from power by passing a no confidence motion against the executive. Now we can understand with the word no confidence motion. It is an effective tool of keeping a check over the executive. Now, in the parliamentary form of government, the legislature is a supreme institution. The parliamentary decides upon issues of public welfare. Since it is the House of Representatives of people and expresses sovereign authority of people, it is called the supreme body. Now, students, for your reference, I have given here names of ministers according to the functions or the states. You can go through this picture and understand it. Now, our next topic is, why did India adopt a parliamentary system of government? India has adopted the parliamentary system of government for several reasons. Here are some of the reasons. The development of parliamentary system started during the British rule in India. The British rulers governed India in accordance with the system. Indians were familiar with the system of government. The Constituent Assembly adopted the systems after a thorough discussion. A few changes were made in the parliamentary system to suit the Indian situations. Discussions and deliberations are an integral part of the parliamentary form of government. Now, students, let us see why the importance was given to discussions and deliberation. Questions related to public welfare are discussed in the legislature. Members from the opposition party also take part in these discussions, support the government and point out shortcomings in policies and laws. Thus, discussions and deliberations are an integral part of parliamentary system and helps in making proper and effective laws in Indian constitution. Now let us move ahead and learn about presidential system of government. It is a second type of system of government. Now in this system the president is the executive and is independent of the legislature. The house of the legislature and the president are directly elected by the people. The president as an executive has a lot of powers including power to implement laws. Though the legislature and the executive are not directly dependent on each other, there are enough connection between them to work in coordination and they also keep a check on each other. The mutual control helps to form a responsible government. Then, the United States of America has adopted the presidential system of government. France, Germany, Switzerland have adopted different system of government other than these two. Now, I hope this lesson is clear to all. I am giving you one activity. The activity is look up who your cabinet ministers are. You don't have to just look up, you have to find out information about your cabinet ministers and you have to write in your civics notebook. That is in your history notebook you have to make two parts, that is one is of history and one is of civics, and then you have to write chapter number 1 activity. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay home and stay safe.